Hello, boys and girls. How are we doing? Why can't I find my face? There it is. Perfect timing. I turned the microphone on and all the neighborhood dogs have just started barking. Don't know if you can hear them, but I really appreciate the fact that it's not just one dog barking. All of the dogs are barking. It's fantastic. Please stop barking, all of the dogs. All of the dogs. I do request you cease barking at each other. For goodness sake. What is going on? How are we all doing? There's loads of people who've already subbed. I've only... someone listens to the podcast back to the YouTube studio. Yeah, I'm not that much of a wang. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should listen to the podcast. I actually talked about games a lot this week. But Gambling Blues is in for 19 months. Thank you. Ken Oplinger's in for 5 months. Thank you very much. We had someone else as well. Lou King's in for 7 months. I'm sure there was a 4th. Have I missed a 4th? Oh, it's Bits. Oliver was in with some bits as well. Thank you very much to all of you. Much appreciated. How are we all doing on this Monday afternoon? Apologies to those of you who follow along on Twitter and I just confuse you. I did say this morning I wasn't going to be streaming today, but I was going to stream tonight instead, because at the time we thought Andy was going to be coming home from school, which he will be home from school tomorrow, and I thought I was going to have to go and fetch him, so I didn't want to leave in the middle of the stream. But basically there's been 3 confirmed COVID cases in Andy's class at school. Bearing in mind he's at a special school with the class size I think is 8. That means nearly half the kids in his class have got COVID, so they have now closed his class for the rest of the week, but he's in school for the rest of today apparently. That's what we were waiting to confirm this morning. So he's in school for the rest of today, but then he's off for the rest of the week. So I won't be streaming tomorrow, but it should be fine for the rest of the week. We've got a plan. It'll be fine. But yeah, that's what's caused the confusion. Much apologies, but now I know I don't have to go and get him. We can stream as normal. Ab95, thank you very much for the sub. It does, of course, mean as well, there's a very good chance Andy's got COVID. He won't take a test. So it might lead to him being sick or me or Anna being sick, or just watch this space, boys and girls. Watch this space. Right, we are picking up where we left off on Friday. And if you weren't in the stream on Friday, you might not know that we now have editor Chris in permanently doing all of the edits of all of the streams. So we have to do a YouTube intro now. So I'm going to do a quick YouTube intro and then we will carry on as normal. So where's my fancy YouTube intro screen? I mean, it's not that fancy. It's just a blank screen like this. But let's get an intro up and running for the good people of YouTube. Oh, boys and girls, the last episode didn't quite go to plan. After missing out on promotion, I thought I'd done a good transfer window. The game disagreed and we ended up going 6 games without a win. We are down in mid-table in a season where we are supposed to be getting into the Football League. We've already confirmed I'm not as good at Football Manager as the AI, because in AI world, Earth 1 non-league to legend, Leamington got promoted, and in this universe, Peterborough spent less money and finished higher in the championship. So I'm 2-0 down against the AI. Today's the day we come back. There we go, boys and girls. Consider yourself introed over on YouTube. We've got a few more subs that have come in as well. Eroski, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Wims as well, thank you very much for the sub. Now, I mean, it is One Take Kev. It's let's not forget, this is how I do it all. I'm One Take Kev. That's what I do. Right, let's oh god, what are we gonna do? I forgot how desperate the situation was on Friday afternoon. I mean, if you weren't in the stream, look at the state of that. We finished second on 92 points last year. I'll keep hammering that home, because 92 points every other season in the history of the conference would have been enough to win automatic promotion. Wasn't last year, obviously, because we got it. And it's actually more than 6 games. No, it is 6 games. 6 games without a win. We did start to turn things around towards the end of the stream on Friday, though. So hopefully the corner has been turned. But the damage has kind of already been done. We're 14 points behind Ebbsfleet. Oh. 14 points behind Ebbsfleet. Otherwise, I mean, the best we can hope for now is to be in the playoffs again. What's gone on here? Someone had 3 shredded wheat for breakfast. He's got 14 goals already for Bromley. They've only played 10 games. Where's he come from? I mean, how does that happen? So last year, in the league below, he only scored 12 goals in 29 games. At 26 years old, he's taken a step back up to the league above and has already scored more goals than he did in the whole of last season in just 10 games. What on earth has gone on there? I can't sign him. Look how much money he's on. He's on $1,500 a week. We're already over our wage budget and we don't have a single player at the club earning that kind of money. Okoronkwo is on 1.3. Humphreys is on 1.2. And I'm kind of regretting both of them. I think we've broken our wage structure unnecessarily there, and I think that's part of the problem. How's Dynamics doing? Dynamics is turning around. Right, we're going to be fine. We're going to win some consecutive games now. Let's get through to the first match. Oh, good. It's Notts County who are second in the league. The big money boys. Ah! He's out for 6 months. Is he? Fantastic. Oh, he's broken his leg. Remarkable. What a time to be alive. Tim, thank you very much for 26 months. Okoronkwo was top scorer last year. That's why I got him. I don't think he was out and out top scorer, but he did score a lot of goals. 22 goals for Maidstone last year. I don't think that was National League top scorer, but he was close. He was certainly in the mix and he was available. Oh, no, he did. No, he didn't. Did he? When did he win that? I don't understand what I'm looking at here. Because he's not on there. Did it say he was a runner-up? 3rd place. Yeah, so he was 3rd place in the goal scoring chart last year. Although this indicates otherwise. It was the year before he was 3rd. Was it? Or is that this year? What on earth is going on here? I mean, Maidstone had quite the strike partnership that year. This guy and the guy we've took, Kane Barnett, what's he up to now? He's at Yeovil. Playing... Oh, he was on loan from Plymouth. So Okoronkwo's been in the goals for the last couple of years in the National League. Look, there's nothing wrong with celebrating somebody getting injured. It's a video game. He's not really injured. If it turns out he's broken his leg in real life as well, then I feel sorry for the guy. But in Football Manager land, I'm glad he has a leg snapped into several pieces because it stops him scoring goals. Unfussy Marrow, thank you for 22 months. Oh, for goodness sake. What goes around comes around. It's not quite a broken leg, but we've lost Marley Redfern for a little while, which is unfortunate. I thought that said sign Theodros at any price, i.e. the player we've already got. Hakeem Thomas, I feel like we've already tried to sign him. Oh, we are in the process of trying to sign him. Okay, that makes sense. Am I watching AFCON? I'm not. I can't say I'm interested at all in it. When's the first stream highlight video? Maybe towards the end of this week, maybe early next week. Blame Chris. Blame Chris's previous employer. He's got to finish serving his notice, his real job. His previous real job before he can get started on it. So he has, I mean, he's ready to go, but he has been working all weekend, bless him. So yeah, it'll be, hopefully he can get started on it this week and we should have the first one out anytime soon. But I mean, when we started the Leamington streams last week, I didn't anticipate that by the end of the week I'd have an editor. So we've thrown stuff together very quickly. But bless his cotton socks, apparently he can't do 2 jobs at once, which, frankly, I think is a sign of unreasonable laziness, and it is 1 point against him already. But we'll monitor it. It's on his permanent record. How long until Theodros comes back? He's not injured, is he? No, he's not injured. I don't know why people are saying he's injured. He's not injured. He's just not very good. Yeah, he's not injured at all. He's there. He's right there. He played the last game. I think, actually, our turnaround in form coincides with him being back. That's not true. Our turnaround in form coincides with him not being in the team. Very interesting. Well, he's back in today. Thomas is going to be playing at centre-back for us, the new guy who's just come in to cost us even more money because we were leaking goals like nobody's business early in the year. Plus, we only had 3 centre-backs, so he's in. And let's hopefully make it 3 wins from 3. That's what we're hoping for here. Theodros is good when playing for the AI. Yeah, perhaps he doesn't like me. Perhaps he remembers me as the guy who's been his manager for 5 years and has never really given him an opportunity. He is at his previous club. Oh, we haven't got an assistant manager either, have we? Angry past Kev sacked the assistant manager as well, I remember. That's why we turned the form around. Pump the fists. Don't let our good run of form come to an end. Yeah, Theodros was scoring goals for fun last year, playing as a second striker in a front 2. We started the season trying to do that. It didn't work. So we've gone back to the tactic that does work, which is working. And the problem is Theodros doesn't really fit into it. So our options are play him up front on his own, and he's not really a main striker or a lone striker. We'd effectively be playing with a false 9 up there, and we're not that fancy. Or we have to play him in midfield. I'm toying with the idea of him maybe being an attacking midfielder, but we're really low on central midfielders. So at the moment, Berry is good, Humphreys is good, Theodros is good. They're our 3 midfielders who are any good. That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. Is it okay I've cracked open a bottle of wine at 1 p.m. on a Monday afternoon? I mean, you can crack whatever you want to crack whenever you want to crack it. As long as you're not, like, driving a truck, then yeah, it's fine. After his performance in League 2 in the YouTube save, he's got to be more attacking than Dlup on defend. The only thing is, though, Mike, you got to remember, I don't know about that save because that universe doesn't exist in this universe. I can't use knowledge from that world in this world. That would be cheating. I have to compartmentalize my brain off. Twitch Kev doesn't know anything about YouTube or driving anything. I mean, that's a fair point, I suppose. Yeah. If you're driving anything or operating heavy machinery or like breastfeeding a child or you are a child, there's actually a number of reasons why you shouldn't be cracking open a bottle of wine on a Monday afternoon. I'm assuming none of them apply to you. What has just gone on there? I was too busy dancing. I looked back round and we'd gone from having the ball safely in Wooster's hands to the just conceding a goal. Right, so everything's fine. Kev looks away and dances. Gives the... That was not Wooster's fault. That's New Boy Thomas is getting the blame for that. Wooster did exactly what he's told to do and distributed to his centre-backs. Which I might tell him not to do. Maybe we'll go back to long kicks over the top of the opposition defence for Roberts to chase. Well, this new guy's worth the money. 700... Oh, God. Oh, God. I was in a good mood when we started. It's taken 8 minutes. What is going on? He did play DLP on loan last year in this timeline and got all those goals. Yeah, but that was in the division below, and we can't play that system. We've tried, and it doesn't work. This is the only system that has worked. It's not working right now, but it did work in the last 2 games. It did work for the last 6 seasons. So we know this system works. We tried the 4-2-4 a couple of times, and it didn't work. I'm going to thrash my arms. We could always go to like a diamond, but I don't think we have a holding midfield player at the club. Right, we're going to take Roberts off and bring on Muller. We're going to stick those two up front and bring him back into midfield. I know this doesn't get Theodros any further forward, but I'm working with what I've got on the bench. So if we do this... Actually, we want Theodros on the other side because he's the attacking fullback. So get him forward there. Maybe we'll go attacking as well. Maybe we try this. I need an assistant manager back. Connor, welcome along. You've caught me at a moment of weakness. You've caught me at my lowest ebb. We are getting absolutely battered and having a horrid season. Maybe we go back to the good old 4-3-1-2. We don't really have wingers. Maybe this is the problem. Maybe we need to go to a more narrow system. But I don't think we have a holding midfielder, so perhaps 4-3-1-2 is how we do it. That's what we'll do for the next game. Oh, look at that. Theodros is a good attacking player. Hey, I tell you what, he's quite good going forward, isn't he? Shut up and go away, all of you. I'm trying to play Football Manager on my own in my cupboard. And you lot here with all your, I told you so. Get out. Get lost. Oh, I hate the world. God, I hate the world so much. Oh, my word. Well, he's having quite a good game as a Mazzala. Oh, God. I want to go home. Right, we're going to get Scully on up front. If in doubt, get the big lad on. 6'7" worth of striker coming on here. This is going to be sensational. We need to aim free kicks and stuff at him. Murphy's injured, but first we need to make sure corners are being aimed at the player who's got all of the size. So get him in there. There we go. Kenny, thank you very much for 21 months. Right, now we're going to demand more. Imagine the tactic that finally gets us into the Football League is the 4-3-1-2. The original non-league to legend tactic. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think with Boston, way back when we did a 4-4-2. I think the most successful long-term system over like 2 or 3 saves is probably the 4-2-3-1 now, or the 4-3-3. But way back when, it was the 4-3-1-2. Just use my new bath bomb. Now looks like I've done a big wee. Nice. Where were you using the bath bomb? You shouldn't be weeing in the bath. Why is Goodrum still on? I thought I took him off. Oh no, I took off the other guy. Look, Theodros is really good attacking. I might need to get him more involved further up the pitch. This is in my own independent thought. Has led me to this. I don't like what I just saw from this team. Have I never weed in the bath? Not as an adult, no. But then I don't take baths because I can't get out of them. There's too much of me to get in and out of a bath properly. So I only shower. And I don't wee in the shower because the toilet's right next to the shower. How poor must your planning be to get into the shower and need a wee? I don't understand how that happens. You stood there, shower next to toilet, think, well, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to be in there like 5 minutes max. Do I need a wee right now? No. You are not so desperate within those 5 minutes that you then can't wait until you get out again. You dirty, dirty boys. Right. The warm water makes you need a wee. Nonsense. Right, Magoma can play as defensive midfielder, but he's the only one, so we're not going to try. We're still going to Gegenpress. But is there a preset 4-3-1-2? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But obviously we're going to kev it up a little bit and get all of my favourite roles involved. It's basically going to be the exact system you've just seen us use. I've gone the long way around getting to it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But we're also going to do that because we're not having any of that nonsense that we've just seen happen again. So we're going to lump it over the top. Yeah. And then we just need to make sure we've got our set piece routines loaded. Remove throw-ins because I need to just take them out of the saved thing, don't I? In fact, I could do that right now. I could now save all routines. Call it that. LOLLUJO, FM22, no throws. And now I only need to load that one next time. So that's what we're going to do. And then that means Theodros could go there, there, or there. Anywhere across that little diagonal, and he's going to be dangerous. By being diabetic, you go from not needing a wee on the verge of wetting yourself in about 2.475 seconds. Interesting. Chucky, thank you very much for 2 months. What Premier League manager would win a Royal Rumble? Steven Gerrard, probably. Off the top of my head. He's the youngest and most threatening looking. Yes, Connor, I am from Peterborough. Sean Dyche, of course, Sean Dyche. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Gerrard was hard, wasn't he? Dyche as a footballer, I don't know. Yeah, he plays industrial football with Burnley, but he wasn't like a big old hard man. He was an average defender at Northampton. I think I'd still favour... Oh, yeah, Patrick Vieira. I think Vieira and Gerrard are your final two. Yeah, I don't think Dyche is doing it. Yeah, Vieira and Gerrard are going to be your final two. And it's going to be spectacular as well. They're just going to absolutely batter each other. Right, do we need a new coach? Oh, no, assistant manager, of course, because I sacked him. I remember. I angrily sacked him for being a numbskull. Right, I want this guy because he's got the best balanced attributes. Chris Dagnall. Oh, he's clean shaven. Don't know if I can cope with having a clean shaven guy around all the time. He'll be too perky and chipper and look at my skin. Look at my bony chin. Grow up, Chris, and stop shaving every day. Goodness me. It's fine. It gives me a reason to sack him if it doesn't work out. I don't think we can actually pay that compensation. We can't. So we're going to have to go with the one guy who's not got a job. There you go. A little bit of fluff on there. That's more like it. Mark Ricketts. Posture check. There we go. Morpheus Jekyll. Thank you very much for 2 months. TV update. If you've seen on Twitter, you'll see it's a beautiful... I didn't know what you were talking about then. Yeah, Anna got a new TV on Friday, didn't she? We set it up and it's beautiful. I don't know why we haven't had it for years. We've got one of those Philips ones with the RGB lighting built into the back of it. It's beautiful. I watched The Dark Knight on it on Saturday night. Believe it or not, it's just grey light for most of it. But But there's a few bits where there's some colour in that movie, and it's beautiful. Matt Baker-O, thank you very much for 6 months. And Evan, thank you for the Prime as well. Anyone ever said you could be Work the Space's dad? Only Work the Space's mum. I mean, I'm not that much older than Jack. Look at where Quick Vic puts him. All these options, and he puts him there. No. Just no, he's going there. Where's Goodrum? Why is Goodrum not involved? Right. Let's get... He can go in there. Then he can go there. And we're going to try this. And it's going to be fine. Who are we playing? Barrow. Right, we should win this comfortably with our shiny new look team. Can't all grow a beard like you, Kev. Yeah, but you can all just not shave. I'm not asking everyone to look as beautiful as I do, but you could just not shave. Anyone ever said you could be Jim Royal's younger brother? Well, no, because firstly, he's old enough to be my granddad. And secondly, that's just beard racism. I haven't shaved since 2013, not even trimmed. I had a little trim this morning, just these bits, just the cheeks. Just to sort out, because otherwise I look like a wolf man, and it's like up here. And I don't want hair up here. I don't want to look like I've just cut eye holes out of a furry mask. So I've trimmed these bits a little bit. Right, come on. We've got Magoma and Theodros in this team together. This should be all about chipping it over the goalkeeper. They're the experts at it. We all know Kev will be the one hired to play young Jim Royal in the fictitious prequel series. I could play his grandson. If I didn't shave, I'd have the same 12 hairs on my face, only longer. That's not how it works. You wouldn't. You haven't given it a chance. Everyone's patchy when it's starting. If I had a clean shave, which obviously I wouldn't, I'm not a madman, but if I did, it would come in all patchy and rubbish looking. And then the trick is just leave it. When you're growing a beard, just leave it alone completely for like 3 months. And it will start to fill in. It will definitely start to fill in. Everyone goes through the patchy phase. I'm 28 in a week, and if I didn't shave, it just looks like pubes on my face. Because you're not leaving it long enough. You've got to leave it longer. Look into the camera and say the first Jim Royal thing that comes to your mind. I can't even remember what he said. Tip for growing a beard, don't shave. Exactly. I use beard oil now. You don't need to use beard oil when it's short. I've got a little bit of beard wax in there today as well, because it's getting a little long. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it at the moment. I might be growing it longer, or I might be cutting it down again when I have cut my hair at the weekend. But at the moment, it's too long to it would just be going like that now. So it's waxed into a bit of a shape at the moment. Yeah, there's beard oil, bit of wax on there as well. I look after my face. What if I don't like hair on my body? Acknowledge that your face is not your body. I mean, if you're shaving your eyebrows and your head as well, then you've got an excuse. But it's not your body, is it? It's your face. How many subs for a clean shave? 15,000. Ah, we're losing again. I'm going to get sacked. How much is 15,000 subs? I don't even know. I just picked a high number that you ain't going to do. It's actually not enough. 15,000 subs, if they're all just in for 1 month, that's only like 30 grand. That's not close to enough for me to clean shave. Not even close. I'd need like 500,000 to clean shave. I just can't imagine why I would want to do it for any less than that. Only 30 grand. When it comes to shaving, yeah, that is only... I need more than 30 grand to shave my face. I'm not doing it for any less. Do I have photos of me clean shaven? No. You can grow it back. Yeah, but why would I want to when I could just not shave it off in the first place? I've got to think of all the lost money while I'm not able to work while it's growing back, because obviously I'm not going to allow video or photograph to be taken of me whilst clean shaven. So that would be, however, it would be like 6 weeks off of making videos. For 30 grand, I'd shave my eyebrows. Oh, I'd shave my eyebrows for 30 grand. I'm not shaving my beard, though. Roberts, but I put Goodrum there. How did that happen? Good job you like paying attention. You could just have no face cam for that time. It'd be better off to not make videos rather than make bad videos. Your beard would probably grow back overnight. Maybe it would. Like I say, I've not shaved it off for years now. I don't know how quickly it grows from nothing now. Right, well, we're not using the 4312. I mean, I remember saying on Friday afternoon, we're going to do the 4231 and stick with it now. I think I just need to do that. We were playing Notts County, who've spent loads of money in the summer and are probably the best team in the league. We probably shouldn't have changed the entire tactic around off the back of that. So I think we will go back to the 4231 until I get sacked from now on. Oh, it's a beautiful goal from Magoma. Woo, what a beauty. Maybe we are getting back into this game. Got to watch this from the other angle. Come on, stick it in the top corner. Oh, he did it again. Beautiful. All right, encourage them. I say sell Theodros is the problem. We've not had any offers for him. It's not as simple as just choosing to sell him. In order to get any decent money for him, we've got to play him. Come on, boys. If I get sacked... Yeah, if I get sacked, I'll start a new save. We're only in this universe because of this club. If I get sacked from them, we'll definitely start something new. Right, come on, let's have an equaliser. Let's go and win this football match, and we might stick to this tactic. Oh, Magoma's going to stick it... Oh, I thought he was going to stick it in again. Oh... Oh, that would have been lovely. More! More. We're back to having to scroll to find us. Barrow go above us as things stand. We're only 4 points outside the relegation zone currently. What's the board objective for the season? Playoffs. So there is definitely a chance of getting sacked. I definitely won't ever do an English tier 10 save again. They're broken and don't work. So if people are holding on waiting for one of them... Unless I see evidence of a save on that database that's gone 30 seasons deep without any problems, I ain't starting one. It's just too much opportunity for it to just fall apart. Right, we're going back to this. We know this works. We just have to stick with it. If we just play Theodros, I guess we play him there. We can't really play him up top on his own. So if we just stick him there and keep him there and let him pull the strings. There you go. We've paid some money for him. Lovely. There isn't much difference in tier 10 to tier 8 players, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. So you're all scrapping for the same players, which is boring. And then when you get them, you do 3 consecutive promotions because all the teams are the same quality, which is also boring. There's not really any upside to tier 10 saves, I don't think. Okay. Okay. Isn't worth the space doing one? I'm not sure, is he? I thought he was in like tier 8, which does make sense. Tier 8's a perfectly sensible starting point. Starting in tier 10 is madness. Yeah, this is my full-time job. That's why it's going so well. Well, this isn't. Twitch isn't. YouTube is. Twitch is the hobby. YouTube is the job. Right, let's fix the responsibilities. We have a new assistant manager. It's all going to be fine. I'm now going to turn things around on my own thanks to him being in. Right. It can't be a good idea having my... Apparently he is the best man for that job. Naughty Chris. Okay. And then I don't think we need him to do anything here. We'll do that. It's fine. We'll be fine. Have I ever done a save in four Scottish? In 4 Scottish? I'm not sure what you mean. I've done saves in Scotland before, if that's what you mean. Would I ever use fake custom kits? No. People keep asking me that. I don't know why people keep asking me that. It just sounds awful. Has someone started doing that or something? And you nerds think it's cool. It ain't cool. People keep asking because Kit Basher is a thing right now. What on earth is Kit Basher? Right, we are... I'm just shuffling. Right, Theodros is too tired to play, which is not ideal. So... we're going to shuffle this attack around and do that. And we're going to win this football match. Yeah! When's the network game back? The network game will be this Thursday. I don't know what time yet, but it will be Thursday. Zealand, I think, is back from his little holiday. A nerd calling us nerds. Big insult. But I'm cool. I was just teaching you how to grow a beard a minute ago. I'm cool. I'm here entertaining the nerds. That makes me cool. It's a script program that auto-generates custom kits so you can update every year. But why would you want to? I'd rather just leave the nice-looking kits on rather than having auto-generated ones. I mean, I've not seen them. They might look beautiful. But I imagine they're going to look like a bit rubbish. Kit Basher. Is that what you said it was called? Yeah, see. Hold on. The last thing I want is to play in a save with a horrible looking Arsenal shirt like that. And just randomly swapping around the sponsors. I don't know. That doesn't appeal to me at all. Like, it would annoy me seeing American Express sponsor Everton. Because obviously that's Brighton. just, yeah, I don't see the attraction of just randomly swapping elements of different kits around. I guess it appeals to some people, not to me. Hate the Arsenal blue kit as an alt this year in games. It'd be nice to swap that one out. I mean, the kits don't bother me. They're just kits, aren't they? They're only there to stop people going to prison for being naked. They're only there so that you can tell the two teams apart. Keep getting asked about it. Like you, Kev, doesn't appeal to me with random sponsors popping up and swapping around. Yeah, it just looks weird, doesn't it? Kits bother me sometimes. Well, that would be my other question. Is it actually, I mean, it might be. I haven't, like I said, I've not looked into it. Is it actually changing the 3D kits in game? Or is it just changing the kits on the club info page? Because if it's changing the in-game kits, I guess that's a little bit better, but it's not going to change colours, surely. So it's not gonna help with the ones that clash with colour blindness. You can choose which elements change all those, so Amex could always sponsor Brighton. Yeah, but I'll keep throwing it back rather than, I won't sit here criticising it because obviously someone's put a lot of work into it, and some people obviously appeals to some people. But my response will just constantly be, yeah, but why? Yeah, but why? It does have 3D models. Lovely. You can put actual sponsors on your kit. Yeah, but why? You can go into as much detail as you want. Yeah, but why? You can choose what colours you want the kits to be. Yeah, but why? That's my stock answer. For a further sense of realism. Breaks realism for me. I've never known a manager design the kits. So you've got two ways to go with it. Either they're random, in which case it's going to get rubbish, or you're doing it yourself, which is A, loads of work, and B, not realistic. Oh, Anna's in. Hello, Anna. Oh. Hello. Do you want custom kits? Nah, she doesn't. Anna doesn't want them either.
Who?
Nah.
Oh.
They do. Some of them do.
Do it for people.
I'm not going to.
Why?
It's boring.
How creative-minded.
Oh, I don't want to. No. Oh, we nearly just conceded a goal. Frenchie nearly messed up. You know, we get... When you leave, make sure you drag that back with you so that it doesn't block the light.
Arm go through it
Well, you moved it when you came in.
Close the door, moved it.
Can I help you anyway? You've come in to say hello. Are you just visiting, or have you got some breaking news for us? Ah, I see. He's not in here either. You've lost the dog. Interesting. She's lost the dog. How do you lose a dog? I love how people think they can change Kev's opinion. Kev never changes. I don't think I'm unique in that respect. Most people never change their opinions. Answer to why you can add the colours and sponsors of legendary years. Yeah, but why? Need to figure out why my kits aren't loaded in Zealand's bus pyramid. They just stopped working and re-downloading them. I mean, because the more you mod the game, the more likely it is to break. That's a good reason not to. The more layer upon layer upon layer of mods you do, the more likely something's going to break. So that's why I don't do any mods, really. I've got the badges and the faces and the kits on because you lot make me. I wouldn't otherwise, because it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the game at all, whether they're on or not. But I'm not going to use custom skins and really complicated custom databases, and I just don't want it to break. The most important thing for me is that the database still works 30 seasons in. People enjoy it and people are allowed to enjoy things. Yeah, but no, I don't think anyone was saying, Kev, should I use custom kits? As in, should they do it? People are asking me, why don't I? So my answer is, I don't care. I don't want them. People can do what they want with their own save, especially if they're not relying on it to pay their bills. But imagine if Non-Elite Legend just stopped after 12 seasons because my kit pack was clashing with my face pack, was clashing with my skin, and it made the whole save break. It would be a disaster. Every year I think I'm going to get bang into all that kit and face mod stuff. Every year I end up not being bothered. Exactly. Right, we are back to winning ways. It's all good from here. Going to be easy. Yeah, again, I mean, I don't want to upset Mike, so you might want to cover your ears for a second, Mike. But allow me to show you the story of our last 5 games. This game, no Theodros. We won it. This game, no Theodros, and we won it. Theodros was back for this game and he scored, but we did lose. We built a system to try and get the best out of Theodros to this game and he played, but we did lose. Theodros is gone again and we win. So we've did he play in that one? Okay, we've only won 4 games this season and he didn't play in any of them. He has played 6 games out of our 13. I mean, it's similar to how sometimes you get a player who you don't really know what they're adding to the team, but you always play better when they're in the team. We get players like that all the time. 4-nows, for example, in the network game, people ridicule me for, but we play better when he's there. I think Theodros is a reverse 4-nows, where we always play worse when he's in the team. And he makes us lose. He might be really good individually, but for whatever reason, we can only win when he's not there. So we play another game, this time with him on the bench. He's not necessarily completely finished, but I'm going to stop trying to force him. Check if the current Peter Management wants to pay 4.4 million for him. Yeah, that, I mean, God, I'm glad I didn't do that. You just don't appreciate him and use him correct. I should fight for custody. You can have him. 4.4 million and he's yours. See how we get on with him on the bench. Maybe we have to bin him out of the squad completely. No joke. Really hoping you draft 4 now when the next showdown is on and win. Oh yeah, I will do. I mean, you know what I'm like with showdown drafts. I draft players that I trust, that I know how to use in the systems that I like to play. And I know 4-nows works in that role that I use him in. He'll be one of my first choices for an attacking midfielder for the network game. Because I know what he can do there for me. How many mugs are on my desk today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've built up again over the weekend. So if you didn't do YouTube and Twitch, would you play the base game with no mods? Yes, like I always used to. I might fiddle with the database. Like if I wanted to play as Deeping Rangers or something, I might adjust the database, but that would be it. I never used to do face packs or badge packs or anything like that. If I could send money from my save to yours, I would. You can find a way. I'm not going to release him because he's got value. I'll just keep him around until someone gives me money for him. He might still come good. It might just be a coincidence. But so far, he's not inspiring me with confidence. Paris Magoma on the other hand, what a man. What a man. 1-0 to Leamington. What football team do I support? The mighty Peterborough United. How many mugs can fit onto the desk before you need to clean? I'd run out of mugs before I ran out of desk space. I have a massive desk. It's a 1.8 meter wide desk. And it's deep as well. It's the biggest one IKEA had. So, yeah, I'd run out of mugs before I ran out of desk. Thoughts on Ballymumba? He seems better in real life than he did when I signed him. Was it during the beta? I think I signed him for that version of Posh. I'm pretty sure I've signed him this year. In one save or another. He made an impact on Saturday, that's for sure. There you go, Theodros is on. Are you happy now? But what I am going to do is shuffle around and do that. Try and play him in his best position. First time watching on Twitch, Kev. Binge watching unedited. Bought a laptop just to get FM22. Wow. In League One with Gateshead. You are a legend. Thank you very much. What's the nicest piece of Peterborough merchandise you have? This badge of the old pizza shirt from the 90s. That's my favourite shirt we ever had. And now I have it in badge form. I only bought those badges so that I could wear them in non-League to Legend. But that badge that came with them is really cool. Will I be at the game on Saturday? Probably not. Maybe. Well, I might do, actually. We'll see. I'm always a maybe at the moment. A lot depends on the weather. I've got no interest in going in the freezing cold. I have a 10-game season ticket, a part season ticket. So I think I've used 5 of my 10 games. So I need to sit down and work out what 5 games I'd like to see before the end of the season. How cold is it in the UK? Cold enough. In the negatives. As a Canadian, I'm thrilled we finally have a top division league of our own. Nice. Did I go to see the FA Cup? I didn't go on Saturday either. And then couldn't find it to watch anywhere. It wasn't on the Posh app thing. So I then didn't even watch it. I've only seen the highlights. But I'm not that bothered about the cup anyway, to be honest. 7 degrees where I am in the UK. It was negatives at the weekend. See, today's weather would be fine. It's 6 degrees at the moment. I'd go to the football in this weather. I'm not going when it's -2. Oh, Ricky J. Jones. Right, I don't understand. Because he's not at the club on Earth 1. So why was he still there? Well, maybe that wasn't until the end of the season. Maybe he got released earlier in the season. He was released just before I arrived. I never realised that. Big Peters, thank you very much for the gifted sub. And Dara, thank you for the sub as well. So he was released just before I arrived. on Earth 1. And then it took him that long to find a new club. And he's now at Morton. I mean, we could have got him. We could pay him that. We could have actually got him. We can't get him now. FM22 really doesn't think highly of him. And to be fair, FM22's got him closer to real life than FM21 did. He's finally back in our squad after being injured, but he's still only ever scored 1 goal for us. He's still only ever started 1 game for us. It's not like he's the hottest prospect in the history of the universe, the way he was in FM21. He is nearly 19, I think, in real life. And still hasn't broken into the first team or looked like a first team player whenever he's been anywhere near the first team. He's just quick and runs around a lot, but doesn't really get near the ball very much. There's still time for him to develop, obviously, but he's not. I don't think he's ever going to be like a Premier League player. I hope I'm proven wrong. Fleming, thank you for 38 months. How difficult was it to keep the posh promotion to the Premier League quiet from the stream? Not that hard. I'm a seasoned pro at this kind of thing now. Luckily, you lot weren't really asking very much because it didn't look like it was on the cards. No one was really asking. The hard ones are like when you know I'm in a cup final the next day or something, and I know I've already played it, and you're asking. That's when I always risk messing up. Right, we'll try Theodros up front then. If that's what my new assistant manager thinks we should do, who the hell am I to argue? Because I'm up for getting him into the team somehow. I want to make Mike happy. It's one of the reasons I stream. I like his running around, good work ethic. Yeah, but there's good work ethic that's useful, and there's good work ethic that's a bit pointless. It's like the difference between Craig McCall-Smith and, I don't know, what's his face? The lad from Exeter, Nichols from years ago. They both ran around a lot. One of them scored a lot of goals as well. Why did you get sacked, Kev? I was trying to make Mike happy. I do want to make Mike happy. 2 injuries already. Injuries are for cowards. What's my favourite foreign league? I mean, I don't really have one. I don't watch any foreign football. You just want my sub money every month. I know it. That's exactly it, Mike. I don't want to risk scaring you away. You're my cash cow. To play in FM foreign leagues. Oh, I don't know. Greece. I enjoyed my time in Greece. I don't go abroad very much in Football Manager. I'm a little bit... I get homesick. I get confused by the rules. How much do you keep track of the championship? Are you the kind of fan that tracks everyone's comings and goings? Oh, no, absolutely not. I pay attention to my own club, and that's about it. I couldn't tell you who the top 6 of the championship were, because Posh are at the bottom. I'm quite familiar with what's going on around us at the bottom, but I don't know who's top of the league. Have I played in the Irish League? Not on YouTube, I don't think. I have in the past. I don't remember who I managed. I've been around all of the locally ones. Again, I never know what the right word to say there is. All the local ones. Nearly said the B word. Oh, the phone. Theodros is on the pitch. Yeah, maybe he's a striker. I wish Mike had said, oh, that's a lovely goal. Is it cynical to purposely play in foreign leagues pick up subs in that country. It's a waste of time. I don't know about cynical. You'd be better off. I mean, if you're talking in terms of making YouTube content, you're much better off getting more views rather than trying to pick up a few subs from a specific country. I picked up a handful of Greek subs, I guess, when I was managing in Greece. But I picked up a lot more subs managing in England. Maybe it's time for Muller to be a regular in this midfield. I'm your resident Irishman, just watching for language use there. Yeah. I had to pick. I hope you saw me very carefully pick my words. Oh, we're going to win the league. Reckon Derby will stay up. As a Peterborough fan, I have to say no. Because if they do stay up, it's disastrous for me. So, yeah, Derby are going down. Right. Berry has got tired little legs. So Magoma can come on for him. Talk me through the Muller situation. The yogurt. Oh, he might be about to get renamed the yogurt. I might not be able to stop myself now I've said it. I won't. I'm not doing it right now, but I'm sat here thinking, I've got to call that boy the yogurt. Is Muller good at corners? Amazing. I should put him on corners, really. Why do directors of football pick such bad players? Is FM trying to fool with me? I don't think they do necessarily. Sometimes they do. Usually, the director of football just picks players that meet your club vision criteria. So maybe your club vision is to have bad players. There you go. We're back to winning ways with style. Will Newcastle stay up? No. No, they won't. Oh, dear. It's brilliant. I hope they spend and spend and spend and spend and then still get relegated. It's going to be spectacular. And then the new owners pull out. It'll be amazing. Mupty, thank you very much for the prime. And Here Up, thank you for the gifted sub as well.
Here Up gifted a tier 1 sub to hanging _
It's the new version of the slam dunk corner, the Muller corner. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Can he actually take corners? Oh, he can. Oh, we're absolutely having the Muller corner. He's just saved himself from being called the yogurt because now I can do the Muller corner. Oh, it's going to be brilliant. You're never getting my sub again, says CJ, the person not currently subbed. Oh no! He got me where it hurts! Please don't continue not being a sub, CJ. What will I do? Now I'm going to go have to watch Tom FM. I mean, you're just punishing yourself there. I will hydrate. He's taken a corner in stoppage time for winning the goal. Will it be a crunch corner? Yes, it will. And the short corners, currently named the pervert corners, are going to be the fruity corners. Fruity corners. Almost right. I'm not as good as puns as you lot, apparently. You've taken all the good ones already. Posture check? Goodness me. Goodness me. But the space treats Newcastle with respect. Look, I did a Newcastle season. Kieran Trippier was my first signing as well. They got that bit right. Tom's mic is so low that not even Tom wants people to hear him. Is he streaming right now? Because if he is, tell him that, not me. Get him to turn his microphone up. I care for his well-being. I just want you lot to roast him. Is he on? Oh God, he is. Bless him. He's there, look. Should we have a listen? He's not that quiet, is he? Well, the fact you can't see his microphone in frame suggests it's too far away. It's got, like, grandparents' bedding. My bedding's got giraffes on it. That's the sort of thing grandparents have. Get more creative beddings. Is he smoking a pipe? I think he's smoking a pipe.
Where are they?
Turn your microphone up, Tom. Goodness me. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. You just content critics Tom FM. Tom FM. Yes, I did. And he'll never know about it. Right. This all looks acceptable. I love having Frenchie back in goal. It just feels right. This new guy, he's no Frenchie. Frenchie! Come on then, Frenchie! Is he French? What, Frenchie? Nah. Frenchie! Come on, do a football! Look, we're actually only 4 points outside the playoffs. And we love the playoffs around here. It's the redemption story. Third time of asking we'll go via the playoffs this year. Oh, someone said clip it and send it to him. On the topic of clips, message from editor Chris, whose part of his contract is to release one TikTok/YouTube short a day. He's asked for some help from you lot. If there's anything you find amusing or unusual or crazy goals or just anything that is remotely half decent, clip it. Clip it, clip it, clip it. There's a special little fancy area on the Discord. I don't know the technical term. There's a special area on the Discord for you to drop those clips, and they will eventually get turned into YouTube shorts and TikToks. Same goes for YouTube content. I do have the clipping feature on my YouTube channel as well. So if there's any really good bits of the YouTube videos that you think would work as standalone content, just give them a little clip, pop the link on Discord, and Chris will pick it up eventually. Apparently he doesn't want to sit there and have to watch every piece of content I've ever made. It does apply to old content as well. Like if you're watching through videos from 3 years ago and something makes you giggle, clip it and stick it in there for Chris and it'll be helping him out. Thank you very much. Advertising message over. We're now going to do what's known in the trade as a football goal. Okoronkwo, and he scores! Hey! Yeah, Muller's 2 wonder goals are a perfect example. So if someone wants to go and clip them, clip them, clip them, clip them. Sawyer Chris Gaming, thank you for 20 lovely months. Oh, we've done another one. Okoronkwo's on form. He scored a header from a football goal corner free kick thing. Another mark on his permanent record. Not watching on. Oh, yeah, he's. I think I'm going to fine him 2 weeks' wages every time he misbehaves. I need to set up a disciplinary policy like on Football Manager. Was that a Muller corner? No, it was a free kick, I think. How many times have I lost in the playoffs in the last couple of FMs? I think the record is currently 11 consecutive playoff defeats across multiple saves. And I've lost more times than that as well. It's just 11 in a row at this point. I don't understand how I'm so broken in the playoffs. Could clip the time you had the trophy presentation at Bayern and didn't win the league. That's a perfect example. If someone wants to go back and find that and slap that in the Discord, then that will appear on TikTok and as a YouTube short at some point. And I probably should mention the incentive for doing this. Obviously, incentive number 1 is to help out Chris, help feed his kids. Incentive number 2 is for he's going to keep track of who gave him each clip first. Obviously, some clips will be by multiple people, but whichever one gets to him first, every clip that's used, the person who found the clip initially, their name goes into a drawer, and at the end of the month, we're going to do a giveaway. I haven't quite decided what we're giving away yet, but there will be a monthly giveaway for people who are providing clips for Chris. What would you like me to give away, I guess? What would you want? We could do like an Amazon voucher, a Steam voucher, some kind of gift. I don't know. What would be a good thing to give away at the end of every month? As a thank you for helping us out with clips. A date with Kev. No, not a date with Kev. A cat. Yeah, we'll give away a cat. Once a month we'll give away a cat. A cooked dinner from me. I hate you all. You lot. I mean, does Dr. Benji have to put up with this kind of nonsense? He always gives the impression his audience are so polite and helpful. A piece of my beard. A signed mug. A mug might be an idea, actually. I could get some mugs made up. We could do like a unique piece of merch that the only way to get it is to win that giveaway. Football Manager style. A t-shirt or a mug or something. It doesn't need to be really cheesy like, I gave Kev a clip. It could be something that's actually quite cool. If I can come up with something actually quite cool. And the only way to get it is to win it. That might be nice. A mug with a pic of me pointing. You know, like when you go, have you been to like the corporate events? Corporate events now always have like an Instagram frame for you to hold up and like have your picture. You can tell the kind of corporate events I go to. Influencer events. There's always a big cardboard Instagram frame that you stand in and have your picture taken. We could do one of them, but it's a cutout of me just pointing, so you could just hold up, have me pointing at various things in real life. That probably is gonna be more hassle than it's worth getting one of them made up. 10 minutes of passion, that's not bad. We'll figure something out anyway. I don't need to figure it out until the end of the first month, and then you can do it all on good faith. Now it'll be a brilliant prize. And if it ends up being like a dirty mug off my desk, you'll know not to bother in the second month. Oh, Koflex is back. He's offside, isn't he? Oh, I really wanted him to be back. I love that, man. One of Kev's wrestling toys. I don't have any spare wrestling. Did I mention that I got some Masters of the Universe figures as well? I've got Skeletor. I've got He-Man down there somewhere as well. I want Battle Cat, but they didn't have it in the Entertainer. Remember you saying you had your own bobblehead made? It wasn't anything I had commissioned. Someone made one and sent it to me. So I don't think that's a realistic thing, because I don't know if they want to commit to making one a month. I don't know how time consuming they are or how much it would cost. So if I want to hire you for a Comic-Con / influence event, where do I go? Do you have an agent? Yes. On my Twitter bio, it might be on the Twitch bio, my Instagram bio, there's an email address to email for my management folk. Am I watching AFCON? I am not. Is it on right now? Should I be watching it? If it's on right now, I'll put it on. If you tell me what channel it's on. I'm not going out of my way to watch it for no other reason. signed mystery football shirt. We could potentially do something like that. I don't know. I think an exclusive piece of merch might be cool. It's on Sky, is it? All right, let's get the telly on and have a little look. What channel on Sky? Have they got a special channel for it? Oh, I need to mute it. This is why you should use an actual TV rather than a monitor, because then you don't have to lean forward to mute it on the thing. Right, what are we watching? Senegal versus Zimbabwe? Is that the one we were watching? We'll have that on then. Someone could have told me that 53 minutes ago. When someone at the start of the stream said, Kev, are you watching AFCON? I thought you just meant in general. Didn't realise it was on right now. Still 0-0 anyway. We've missed nothing. I have no concept of how good either of these teams are. You got a TV there too. I thought you were in a tiny closet. How'd you have a TV and a massive desk in there? I mean, it's a little box bedroom. I'm not actually in a cupboard. It's this. This is a 4-bedroom house. This is the 4th bedroom. It was certainly by no means a double, but you could fit a single bed and a chest of drawers in here. The TV is just on the wall in front of me here. So I've got my gaming monitor, my OBS monitor, and then above it, next to the camera. So camera's there. Hi! Next to the camera. So here is a TV. But it's not a TV. It's just a third one of these 28-inch monitor jobbies that I've got. Love the YouTube channel. New to the Switch stream. Great to see that keeping the Leamington dream alive. Was wondering about the team tactical familiarity. It's not full up. Perhaps it'd be a good one to train the positions or else to get this blah. The only reason it's not fully up is because we've changed it a lot. It'll get there. It'll get there. You must have loads of chairs in a 4-bed house. Not really. We did count the chairs the other week. I can't remember how we decided to treat a sofa, which is officially a 4-seater, but we're fat, so it only fits 3. Also garden furniture. We've got like 4 chairs in the garden. I can't remember if we decided they counted or not. But we've got the 4-seater sofa plus an armchair and a recliner thing. So I think that counts as 5. And then the 4 in the garden is 9. The 1 in here makes it 10. And then we've got 6 chairs around the dining table. So that's 16. Amy has a chair in her bedroom. That's 17. Andy no longer has a chair in his bedroom. He didn't want it anymore. He just sits on his bed. So the only other chair is the one Anna has on her little dressing table thing. So 18 chairs in total, which is not bad. I'll take 18 chairs. 18 chairs is huge growth from where we were 3 years ago. It's all thanks to you lot. Thank you very much. But of course, the real way we judge wealth these days is light bulbs. But I mean, we have room for lots of light bulbs, but they're all... Does anyone else live in a house where every light fitting has a different type of light bulb in it? I don't know if this is just an annoying thing about the world or an annoying thing about this house, but every single light fitting seems to take a different type of light bulb. So, like, our ensuite doesn't have a light bulb in at the moment because I can't... There's just too many light bulbs. Andy's bathroom doesn't have a light bulb in at the moment. The living room doesn't have a light bulb. On the main light, we just have a lamp in there and some other lighting things around, but the actual main light in there doesn't have a light bulb in. There's just too many different types of light bulb. Does a toilet count as a chair? Oh, I hope not, because that then makes me seem proper rich, and I'm not. My house accidentally came with multiple toilets. It wasn't, we weren't deliberately looking for multiple toilets. It was a bonus. All my rooms have those little inset lights that flush to the ceiling. Oh god, yeah, that's the one that's in the ensuite. I can't get it out. The ones that are completely flat to the ceiling, there's one above the shower. I cannot get that thing out. I don't know how you do it. I've tried pushing it in and trying to turn it with the palm of my hand. What? How'd you get them out? I've got a box of them to put in. I have no idea how to get them out to swap them. So we've just, it's been like that for like 6 months. We just use the torch on our phones if we need to go to the toilet in our bedroom or use shower. I do not know how to get the light bulb out of the ceiling. Use a plunger. What, do they just pull out? I assumed they twisted. Push and rotate anti-clockwise. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Just break it. Well, that's the situation in Andy's bathroom. I tried to get... they're the ones that are the tiny little ones that push in. Like the tiny... I don't even know what they're called. The little ones that are like that size that you just push in. And I tried to pull one out and it just shattered. So now we've got the end of that covered in bits of broken glass that sticks out like 1/4 of an inch. So there's no way to grip it and pull it out. And I don't want to go at it with a pair of pliers because pliers are metal and lights have electricity in them and I don't want to electrocute myself. So yeah, that's two bathrooms that we can't change the bulb in because I don't know how. Grip it with a potato. Anna said that. Is that an actual thing? Bring the vlogs back and change a light bulb for our pleasure. I don't think that's enough of a reason to do a vlog, is it? Half a potato. Isolate the lighting circuit at the consumer unit. That's that thing up there, isn't it? What I would call the fuse box. Yeah? Is that what we mean? Because that's in here, that's up there. If the light is off, it won't electrocute you. Yeah, but how do I know if the light's off? That's the problem. It's been so long, I don't know if the light's on or off. Why is Quick Pick putting Dixon Bonner on the right wing? Can he play there? Of course, he can play everywhere, including for Liverpool at the weekend, which was very exciting. What I'm actually going to do is swap them around a little bit like this, because that seems to make a lot more sense to me. Although with Theodros in the team, we're probably going to lose, but what can you do? Switch up is off. I mean, you would like to think, wouldn't you? I have very little confidence that that is the case throughout the entire house. There's one room that has 2 light switches where they're wired the wrong way round. Wired illogically, so the further one is the nearer switch and vice versa. Here's me thinking a beard gives one DIY superpowers. I'm awful at DIY. Theodros has scored a football goal. The other thing that I've got going on at the moment, which is just the bane of my existence. Do you remember when the postman rammed the post through and Anna walked in on stream and the letterbox was still wrapped around the post? Well, that one broke, so I had to replace it. I've now ordered 2 different ones off of Amazon and they're both the wrong size. So the first one measured up perfectly to the hole we've got in our door, and the actual letterbox itself fit perfectly, but the bit that the screws go through was too far either side. So the screw bit was pushing onto the door frame, so you couldn't get the screws in. So I ordered the slightly smaller one, which is the one that's in the door now, but it's like 1/2 inch too short either side. So we've got a letterbox in the door, but there's a gap either side of it. It's letting all the cold air in. So I've had to hang a curtain up behind it. But I need to get the actual right size letterbox. I hate DIY. It's the worst. Kev, a proper handyman. Oh yeah, absolutely. I have all of the hands, but I hate doing DIY. Did I not give the postie a rollicking? No, well, he didn't do it on purpose, did he? Part of it is because he's so afraid of Dave that he rams it through quickly and then runs away. We tried putting one of those cages on the back of the door to stop Dave launching himself at the door as soon as anyone's there, and he just pulled it down twice. Just find an odd job guy. Yeah, I might have to. Anna doesn't like having people in the house though. That's the problem. For years, I've been suggesting getting a cleaner and getting people to come and do odd jobs and things like that. But she won't. She doesn't like having people in the house. Which I guess, I mean, it's of all the things someone could be a little bit weird about, I guess it is fairly normal and pretty reasonable. She doesn't want strangers around the house. It's fair enough. But it does mean for stuff like that, either I figure it out or it doesn't get done. Spend some of my chair fund on it. I don't have a chair fund. Didn't you hear me explain how many chairs we had? That means I don't have any chair money left because I spent it all. What kind of dog is Dave? He's an idiot Springer Spaniel. So as soon as anyone goes near the door, he is up. If he hears the doorbell, he is up. Leaping up at the door, going... Waf, 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 waf. Do I have any recommendations for PC chairs? This one's good. Panda seat, they're called. This is their... They do one specifically for fat people. So if you're a fat person, which... I mean, you're watching a Football Manager stream. The odds of you being overweight are quite high, I think. We all are. It goes with the territory. But this is where you're going to say, I'm not, okay? I don't need to know which ones of you are thin. I know most of you are fat and you're not going to admit it. But yeah, this one is for the fuller figured gentleman or lady. And it's awesome. It's, I think it's suitable for people up to like 6'10" and like 30 stone. Neither of which I am, but it is a nice, big, comfortable chair. Oh, some of the replies to that. I have a half Springer, half Beagle, and he's a like bleep head about people at the door too. Yeah, they're just idiots. It's all right if he's in here with the door shut or in the living room with the door shut. But if the door to the hallway is open and he can get to the door, he will just go mental. I've tried explaining to the postman, he's not actually going to bite you. He's just going to shout at you because he's afraid of you. But obviously they're not interested. They don't want to take the risk. I'm skinny fat and I'm not very wide, but I look slightly pregnant. Nice. Six foot 10 and 30 stone sounds like a LOLLUJO centre-back dream. Yeah, I'd be all over that. That's a shame. I'm 7 foot and 31 stone. Well, it doesn't. You need to get a bigger chair then. I went to an EGX a few years ago where it was one of the chair companies had a massive chair, like a big promotional chair thing that you needed a little step ladder to get on, and you could have your picture taken in a giant's chair. That one would do for you. You could fall asleep when you sit back. What, in the chair? Yeah, the chair leans all the way back and it'll flatten out. I could sleep in this chair if I wanted to. I don't want to. I have an Irish setter and she's daft, barks at any noise in the general direction of the door. Yeah, just dogs in general are stupid, aren't they? When we're out walking, you see other dogs just walking. I don't know what it is. Other people's dogs seem so well behaved. I think it reflects on the owner. But they're just walking along nicely with their owner, slightly behind them, behaving, not being an idiot. Dave's 8 and just doesn't learn. So he won't walk nicely next to you. He'll run full pelt until the lead pulls him back. And then he'll be like, whoa, why did I stop? Then he'll run full pelt again. And it's been 8 years of saying, Dave, no, Dave, stop. Trying to keep him back. Trying to hold the lead back, trying to hold him behind me. After 8 years, we've just accepted he's never going to learn that he's attached to us. He just will forever try and run off, be surprised when he gets stopped by the lead, and then he'll try and run off again. And it's just the whole of every walk, the whole time. Just, oh. Our Springer's 11 and he's never learned either. Genuinely think it's a Springer thing. Yeah, maybe it is. It's just, oh, what a moron. What a moron. Right. Conte, I might put him in midfield. so we can get Theodros further forward. No, you know what? We're going to keep with it. We're going to stick with this. Working dogs. Next time we get a greyhound or a whippet, they're ultra chill dogs. Well, the reason we got Dave, or the reason we went for a Springer, is because with Andy around, we needed something that was robust and wouldn't be afraid of him, because at any moment Andy could just make a really loud screaming noise or throw something across the room, or I mean, if Dave's in the wrong place at the wrong time, Andy will shove at him or try and grab his tail. Not like constant regular abuse type thing, but having a 17-year-old autistic teenager around the house who's very unpredictable, we needed a dog that could handle that. So we went to the dog shelter place, because we didn't have a clue. Said, what sort of dog should we get? And she said, the best and probably only really suitable kind of dog, you need some kind of gun dog that can not be phased by the constant loud noise and unpredictability. And from that side of things, he's absolutely fine. Dave just doesn't care and just goes with it. And Andy can make all the noise and all the ridiculous unscheduled movements you want, and Dave just absolutely goes with it and he's fine. But yeah, there's other areas of life that he is a moron. Blob Snail, thank you for 3 months. We tried keeping the lead slack taken up. Yeah. But then he just pulls even more. I don't know. I think it's just us being rookie dog owners. Like, I never had a dog growing up. So Anna did, but wasn't massively involved in it, other than like playing with it. So neither of us really know what we're doing. We never went for proper training. We've tried to learn out of books and off of the internet, and I mean, we probably ballsed up a few things along the way. He's a lovely, friendly boy, though, and that's the important thing. Your son got to stay home and isolate from the tweet earlier. He's not got to isolate, but his class is closed for a week now. That's why I wasn't sure if I was going to be streaming this afternoon or tomorrow or this evening or whatever, because it was all a bit up in the air this morning. But now we know we are playing well all of a sudden. Now we know he's at school as normal right now, coming home on the bus as normal, but then his class is closed until next week. I won't be streaming tomorrow though, because we've got a meeting tomorrow afternoon with Cams about him and his medication and stuff. I also have a border collie. I don't think I'll ever get a different breed. When we first decided we were getting a dog, I always fancied a King Charles Spaniel, because I had neighbours who had them when I was younger, and they always looked fun. But apparently the Springer Spaniel was a little bit more able to take the rough and tumble. Halty active lead. As a partially elastic section which automatically pulls the dog back. You soon learn to stop pulling. You tell I own a pet shop. Can you send me a link on Twitter to that so I can have a look? I mean, if you've got an online store, send a link to your pet shop and I'll buy it off of you. If not, I'll just order off Amazon or something. But I suspect, as they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And like I say, he's 8 years old. He's probably not going to learn now, but it'd be nice if he did. Is he into video games? What, the dog? I assume you mean Andy. Yes, he is, massively. Although we're currently having a problem there because we got him a new Xbox for Christmas. It lasted 3 days before it got thrown out of his 3rd floor window. It survived, but we're not letting him have it back. We're having a custom Perspex box made for it, which is going to be like a lockable box that we can then secure to his TV cabinet. But that's going to be a couple of weeks before that's ready. So at the moment, he has no Xbox. How do you find working with cams in your region? Not very good. Morale manager in full force again. I mean, it's the way it is, isn't it? At the start of the season, we signed a lot of players, and it was all we were just starting slowly. But now we've hit form. I have no reason to doubt now we'll finish in the playoffs. I think we probably left it too long to be able to finish as champions, Unless, is it Ebbsfleet who are top of the league? Unless Ebbsfleet completely collapse, I think we're probably looking at the playoffs again. You can still teach an old dog new tricks. Never too late to learn. Well, then I shall give it a try. Get myself one of these fancy leads. I'm never too sure whether it's best to have the lead on his collar or on a harness either. We've got both, and we kind of rotate between the two. Anna likes the harness. I prefer I'm lazy, so I just clip it onto his collar. I don't know which is best. We always get tangled up in each other if I try and put his harness on. Yeah, the playoffs will be fine. We're good at the playoffs. Statistically, we're almost guaranteed to win in the playoffs. Because I would say, I mean, if there's 6 teams in the playoff, what's that? Like a 17% chance of winning the playoffs? Well, we're due on that basis. That's the way I'm viewing it. We must be due. Right, we're going to do a little bit of shuffling for fitness reasons. And he can come on there. Harness makes the dog pull more, I've found. Interesting. Anna likes the harness. Clip that. She does. She loves it. If the dog can pull, you use a harness. But if not, it doesn't matter what you use. Make a leash that goes around the dog's snout too. Sounds weird, but works wonderfully. He hates anything like that. We wouldn't get that on him. I know he had an ear infection last year. We took him to the vets, and they had to put a thing around his mouth to be able to get to his ears because he was grumpy about it. And it took 3 of us holding him down, including one of them being the vet, to get this thing on his mouth. He does not like anything like that. Do you have any offline saves you're doing just now that aren't shown on YouTube? I don't know. I mean, I've got obviously the YouTube save, this save, the network save. That's enough Football Manager for one person. Right, dare we look at the form to see how things have turned out? Look at that. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. That's even better than when we had the 6 games without a win, because we were drawing some of them. This is 6 wins on the bounce. How much have I read of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated books? They're Wrestling Observer, not Pro Wrestling Illustrated. But I've read the first couple of books now. I'm really enjoying them. I'm a massive nerd. It really appeals to me. The only thing is, if you're trying to get them for a flight, I would get them on a Kindle or an iPad or something, because they're massive. I don't think I've got either of them in here. But they're like A4 size, big, thick things. You wouldn't want to put that in your carry-on. Betty Swallocks. Thank you very much for the Prime. Right, so we're 13 points behind Ebbsfleet. We need them to hit some bad form. Where have they appeared from? I don't remember them being in the mix last year. They were 7th last year. Well, how have they just exploded? Which books are these? They're Wrestling Observer newsletter, like annuals. Wrestling Observer Annual. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, these books. So they're like summarize all the stuff that made it into the Wrestling Observer for that specific year. So I've read the 1993 one and the 1997 one. And I've also got the 99 and 2014 ones. And they just like summarize all the dirt sheet news from that year in wrestling. They're really interesting. Have I acknowledged my tribal chief recently? I haven't. But then I am facing him at WrestleMania, so I don't need to acknowledge him. Do I ever go to any local indie wrestling? I've only ever done it a couple of times. there's not really anything local to me. The closest local stuff to me is Milton Keynes, which I do live nearer to now than I used to. I saw a show at Milton Keynes a few years ago where it was Pete Dunne versus Will Ospreay in the main event, while Pete Dunne was the WWE UK champion and Will Ospreay was the New Japan Junior Heavyweight champion. I remember at the time it being the first time a current WWE champion had faced a current New Japan champion since Hulk Hogan against Inoki or something ridiculous. And I've got a picture of me and Smoothman with Dunne and Ospreay either side of us. But there was basically all the British talent that ended up in AEW were there that night as well. So Kip Sabian and what's his face, the nutcase who got fired, Jimmy Havoc. I think Haskins was there, who ended up in Ring of Honor. It was quite a star-studded event. People go to Milton Keynes out of choice, only to watch wrestling. Wow, I was at the same show. Well, there you go. There weren't many of us there, so we probably rubbed shoulders with each other that night, because it was we probably got the same egg chucked over us when Cara Noir spat an egg across the audience. What do I like about wrestling? Just, I don't know. I've watched it since I was a kid. Why do people watch EastEnders? I guess it's just fun. I like the ridiculousness of it. It's basically it's live action comic books. I've always been a comic book nerd, and wrestling's like live action comic books. It's these larger than life, absurd heroes and villains doing crazy, over the top, ridiculous antics. So it's just comic books in real life. Right. Let's have a little look. Let's get him on there. I loved it when I was a kid. It went off it. I think it was the repetitive storylines. But yeah, but then again, comics are all about repetitive storylines. I don't know. It's just something to nerd out about. I like being able to nerd out about things. Progressing and start running shows again. You have a beard, so you'd fit right into their crowds. I've never been to a progress show. I was planning on going. I only started going to watch live wrestling relatively recently. I went to the first taping of the NXT UK stuff. I went to when New Japan did something in Milton Keynes, and then they did the big show at the Copper Box. I went to those. I've been to see WWE at the O2 a couple of times. But this is all in like the last 3 or 4 years that I've actually started going to see live wrestling. And the plan was to go and see a progress show, and then the pandemic happened. Stone Cold or The Rock. See, this is where people think I'm a nutcase, because I didn't really watch wrestling much during the Attitude Era. That was when I kind of drifted away from it. So I watched from the late 80s through to probably Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And then I kind of drifted away and didn't really come back. I remember watching The Invasion, but I really just came back for that 6 months or so that was going on in the early 2000s. And then it was CM Punk that brought me back into it properly with the pipe bomb. So I kind of missed the whole of the Attitude Era and the whole of the early 2000s. I've gone back and watched bits since. But yeah, I was never an Attitude Era guy. Magoma wants goal of the season. I mean, Magoma is back. He had a difficult season last year. we'd got to the point where Magoma wasn't really in the team anymore. And now he's the star man again. I mean, I remember being very upset when we thought we might lose him. And then he drifted out of the team anyway. Started 28 games, and I bet they were all towards the first half of the season. Second half of last season, he drifted out of the team. Didn't score at all last year. He's now got 7 goals this year. He is playing better than he ever has. Magoma is back. And it's a wonderful thing. You regret not witnessing the attitude and ruthless aggression eras arguably the best times in wrestling. Looking back at the bits that I've seen, no. I probably would have enjoyed them at the time, but from what I can tell looking back, the attitude era was all about boobs and racism and gay jokes. And I just don't think it would have sat well with me. It doesn't sit well with me watching it back. It's all a little bit, and no, forget a little bit. It's a lot cringy. It's not really, I don't think I'd have enjoyed it. I probably would have enjoyed it at the time, but at the time, I mean, I was 18 in 2000. So I was never going to sit and watch wrestling as a 16, 17-year-old. I was going out and being a 16, 17-year-old. I didn't have time for wrestling anymore. And then my kids were young and I didn't have time for it. And I got back into it when my kids got a little bit older. So what was it, 2010, the pipe bomb? I've watched pretty much religiously since then. So Amy would have been 4 or 5 when that happened. So yeah, my late teenage years, early being married, early having kids, I wasn't really watching. But when I was a kid, and now I'm an adult with loads of spare time, I watch loads of it. Although I haven't watched any WWE since WrestleMania. I'm very much an AEW New Japan guy now. Proper wrestling hipster. Have I seen the series Dark Side of the Ring? I've not seen this season. I saw the first couple of seasons when I had COVID last year, or the year before, or whatever it was. Can't even remember now. 2010. But I haven't watched the latest season. It's hard to find it. It's on Channel 4 at weird times, isn't it? So I'd struggle to find it. And I don't like to pirate things. Right. Just shuffling everyone around a little bit. All 4 has it. Interesting. Episodes are on YouTube. They're weirdly edited, aren't they, to avoid copyright on YouTube, though. I've tried watching some of them on there. If the full current series is on all 4, then I will get that caught up over the next week or so. Oh, come on. Let's do another football goal. Not quite. Anyway, editor Chris, enjoy editing out all that wrestling talk because I'll hate that on YouTube. Lovely. Oh, Occoflex brings it down brilliantly. Magoma's looking for a hat trick. Not quite. Not quite. I've looked up at this football match a couple of times now, and both times someone was being stretchered off. This can't be a good thing. It's still 0-0 as well. Sorry for bringing up wrestling. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to get me to go off on it. It would probably be my specialist subject on Mastermind. But we should probably stop talking about it because we'll scare people away. It's like sitting here making everyone eat Marmite. Some of you will absolutely love it. Oh, come on, Kev. Give me more Marmite. Or some of you will just leave. Wrestling's exactly the same. My brother bought me those rubber WWF 80s figures. What? These ones or the ones from before? The ones with the action moves. I've got loads of these on the wall next to me. They don't get into the frame properly. My cool modern figures are behind me. All the old ones, the Hasbros, are on that wall. Or do you mean like the old LJN ones, the big that didn't really do anything? Ah, yeah, the bigger ones. Yeah, okay. I never had those. I was too young for those, I think. Or maybe they never came here. I've seen them since, but I never had any. It's my rarest figure. I don't have any particularly rare old ones or wrestling figures in general, really. I imagine my my original series AEW wrestling figures are probably the most valuable ones I own. Still, I bought 2 sets, so I've got one set that's out behind me, but I've got one set still boxed in a filing cabinet locked away down there. So the original 6 that were out of stock everywhere and had to be re-released, they're all sat down there, hide away in a cupboard. But my rarest figure in general is a Gears of War pop vinyl, which is worth like 300 or 400 quid, I think. But because I take all my figures out of the boxes, most of my stuff doesn't have much value. I prefer it out. I don't really buy it to sell at any point. I just buy stuff because I like it. And then I take it out and mess around with it and play with it. Because I'm a giant child. A proper collector would look at those figures behind me and be horrified. If I get out of frame, you'll be able to see them properly. Actually going to focus in on them? Maybe not. Focus behind me, camera. Look, I'm back here. Focus back here. Look, here I am. Can I make you focus back here? Get out of the way, microphone. Everything get out of the way. There you go. You can see the wrestlers now. No, I'm back again. Ah! Look at the wrestlers. But yeah, that would horrify a proper collector. So I don't consider myself a collector. I just like toys. What was the first video game I ever played? God, I don't know. The first one I ever owned, which is a different question, I know, but this might have been the first one I ever played, maybe. I got an NES for Christmas when I was 6 or 7 years old, probably. Maybe a little older. I got Mario 1, Mario 3, and Duck Hunt with it. So obviously, as a young kid, the first one I played was Duck Hunt, and I loved it, and scratched up the telly with it, because you go right up against the screen to cheat. So Duck Hunt was the first one I ever played. Because we didn't have a computer or anything before that, so that would have been the first one I ever played at home. I might have played in an arcade before that, but I don't remember. So probably Duck Hunt on the NES. I don't get wrestling, it's all just choreographed nonsense. I mean, do you get movies? That's my response to that. I can't stand movies. It's all fake. They're just acting. It's all prearranged. They know how the movie ends before they finish filming it. First one I played was Daley Thompson's Decathlon on the ZX Spectrum. We did have a Spectrum, but I think we got the Spectrum after I got the NES, and around the same time I got a Game Boy as well. So I'm not sure which came first, but we got a Spectrum. It was my cousin's old Spectrum. My dad bought it off my uncle, and it came with this big filing cabinet full of cassettes, just loads of games. Pretty much everything that came out on Spectrum was across these cassettes, including Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager, which is where the Football Manager came from. Because I played Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager to death. Loved that game. But yeah, I think the NES was slightly before all them. Posture check. Oh, there we go. Oh, I needed that one. Oh, I felt that clunk, 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 clunk all the way up. I will hydrate. I finished my coffee. It's time for a Aqua Libra. Ooh, minty. Right, Magoma is not fully fit. But he is. Why does he need a fitness test? He wasn't injured. He played in the last game. So he's fully fit and not injured. So why would he need a fitness test? I don't know. I don't understand. Who made the Kenny Dalglish game? Weird they called it soccer. I imagine it was called Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager because Football Manager was also out on the spectrum. So I imagine there would have been confusion if they'd have called it Kenny Dalglish Football Manager because the Kevin Toms Football Manager was already out and had been out like 5 years by the time Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager came out. I imagine that's why it was called that. That would be my guess. I've got videos of me playing both of those on the YouTube channel somewhere. Going back and playing Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager and the original 1982 Football Manager. I made videos on both of them a few years ago. I think I put them on a Raspberry Pi and then Elgatoed that into the PC. I don't know why I went to those kind of lengths to do it. My first game was out. See, I never played LMA Manager. By the time LMA Manager was a thing, I was already fully hooked into Championship Manager. And I had Premier Manager. And I had Sensible World of Soccer. I didn't need another manager game. LMA Manager was a little later as well, wasn't it? So I think I had my own PC by the time LMA Manager came out. I just didn't need it. I didn't get a PC till 2000. LMA was out in 96. Yeah, so I think Premier Manager was like 93, 94. I had that on the Mega Drive and loved it. I had Sensible World of Soccer. I think that would that have been on the Mega Drive as well, or was that on the PC? So we got a PC mid-90s, somewhere in the mid-90s, because I definitely had Sensible World of Soccer European Championship Edition, which would have been for the 96 Euros. We had that on PC, and I had Championship Manager 97, 98 on PC. And I had Championship Manager 2, so it must have been 94, 95 that we got the PC. So I would have been like 12. And from that moment on, LMA Manager didn't need to exist. Plus, I didn't have a PlayStation. My brother had a PlayStation. Is this a 96th minute penalty I'm witnessing here? Yeah, my brother had a PlayStation. I had a N64. I've always been a Nintendo kid. So, yeah, I had no way to play LMA Manager anyway. CM2 was the 95-96 season. Yeah, so getting the PC around 95 feels about right. So yeah, I had Championship Manager and SWAS on the PC. I still would have had my Mega Drive with Premier Manager at that point as well. And I'd just got an N64, so I was busy playing Mario 64 and all that kind of stuff. And International Superstar Soccer on the N64, I think. The precursor to Pro Evo. I think that was the one on the N64, wasn't it? ISS. I would have had FIFA on there as well. I've had every FIFA, starting from the original FIFA International Soccer on the Mega Drive, which I think was 94, because I then had FIFA 95 as well. And then just depending on what console I had, I would always have a FIFA and whatever the competitor was. So I had a lot of ISS, a lot of Pro Evo. It was ISS 64. I've got the cartridge around somewhere, probably in the cupboard under the stairs. Showing my age here. I'm 39. Charlie, if you're bored, go watch something. I was going to say, I've almost said something really harsh. Go away. Let's finish that in a way that's not going to get me cancelled. God. Yeah, if you're bored, no one's making you stay, Charlie. Oh, Charlie's bored. Oh, no. Oh, what are we going to do to stop Charlie being bored? Oh, God. Charlie. Charlie! No, he's done. He's gone. Yeah, I still get FIFA. Still get FIFA every year. I buy it on everything now as well. I'm a glutton for punishment. So I got it on PlayStation and Xbox. I didn't get the PC version this year. I never had an Amiga. I had a Spectrum and then the NES. Never had an Amiga. Go and watch Tom and then come back and complain. I'm not that harsh. I was going to say something harsh, but not that harsh. Don't make him go and watch Tom. Who's been the best team you've ever managed on Championship Manager and also FM? God knows. There's been so many over the years. We've lost our winning run as well. Charlie ruined that for everyone. For goodness sake. We were winning match after match after match. And then Charlie had to spoil it for everyone. What a wang. Oh. Ruined it. Oh well. We'll beat Kingsland. I don't know there's a PC version of FIFA. Yeah, it's rubbish. The reason I didn't get the PC version this year is because it was the legacy version. So the version that came out on the Xbox One and the PS4, that version also came out on the PC. So it didn't have the new, was it Frostbite stuff? Is that what it was? On the next gen console ones. So I just got the console ones. Are we going to lose in the playoffs again? No, we're winning the playoffs this year. That's why we've deliberately had a rough start to the season, so we have to play in the playoffs so we can complete the redemption arc. It's just good narrative. Third time lucky. Good narrative. Bold of you to assume we'll make the playoffs. We will. We're definitely going into the playoffs. In fact, Ebbsfleet is starting to wobble by the looks of it. It's only, bearing in mind we drew that last game, it's now down to an 11-point gap. We're not even at the halfway point of the season yet. We could still go up as champions. Wouldn't that be a thing if we did? One hour to go until very interesting non-League to Legend episode. Oh, Roberts is away on international duty. That's no good. Here we go then. Back to winning ways. Did I win the Premier League? Yes. Yes, I skipped forward a few matches. Didn't want to bore you. Didn't want to bore Charlie. So I missed out all the matches. And we've just gone from first day of the season to last day of the season. And yes, we did win the Premier League. That's why today's interesting. It's for Charlie. We've not had weather on traffic yet. I know, I'm slacking a little bit. Weather is, it's a little bit overcast and a little bit cold. But I'm doing them together. I'm throwing routine out the window. Traffic is baffling because all the vans have gone. Remember, there's been vans out there for ages. There's just been vans everywhere. Vans akimbo. They've been like flags. Vans like flags out there. But they're all gone. It's completely clear out there again. Andy's bus will be there soon. Probably all wearing hazmat suits because he's in the infected class. Yeah, he'll be home shortly. He'll tell us it's cold because he doesn't like to wear his coat on the bus, and it is cold. I can feel I'm not wearing any socks and my feet are cold. Might have to put some socks on, which is rare for me. I don't like to wear socks. I like to have my feet and fingers the same level of covered. Just a thing. It's just a thing. But it's chilly out there. But the roads are clear, which is always good. And Armstrong Arco Flex has scored his first goal in about a year. World Cup Italia 90 on the Mega Drive was my favourite football game. I don't think I ever had that one. I mean, I had a Mega Drive. I certainly didn't have a Mega Drive as early as 1990. I was quite late to the Mega Drive party, I think. So I think I got my NES in like 89. It was probably 92 when I got my Mega Drive. But Christmas, I want to say Christmas 89 would have been the best Christmas ever because I got my NES and a portable TV for my bedroom for the same Christmas, which is, it's just a spectacular Christmas as what, I would have been 7 years old. What a Christmas that is. And then somewhere between, huh? Pause. One moment, boys and girls. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, God, I hope Charlie's all right. Did someone keep him entertained while I was away?
Who?
Charlie the Wang. He gets really bored if you don't talk about the one specific thing he wants to talk about the whole time. So I hope he's all right. I feel for him. How are we doing, boys and girls? Worry not. It was just a phone call I had to take to arrange another meeting for Andy. It's meetings left, right, and centre, and that one was with some nurse lady. So we had to make sure I have to arrange all the meetings because I'm the awkward one who has things like network games and things.
Yes, he is.
So
Kevin
yeah,
around.
we bought Charlie an NES. He's okay now. I'd love another NES.
Yeah, I saw one of them the other day.
I've got.
No.
I mean, I say I'd love
okay.
one. I've got the.
You've got that
I
one.
can't pull it out. It's trapped in there. But I've got the little mini one that came out a few years ago.
Can I just ask about the tire?
No, because it's something you're not allowed to talk about.
It's just a tire of
Yeah,
stuff.
and you're not allowed to mention it. Yeah, everything's fine with Andy. That wasn't anything time sensitive or anything. It was just he's been referred to the someone or other. He's always been referred to different people. That was someone he was referred to, and they wanted to come out and meet us and meet him. So we arranged it. That's all it was. Kev making mess slightly off camera. Making a mess slightly off camera, definitely. Right, back to winning ways. Beautiful. We bought the classic PlayStation. Man beat us all at Tekken. Hasn't been used since. I've got that one as well. I've got the PlayStation Mini or whatever it was called. The NES. I think there's a Mega Drive one over here as well. Yeah, there's a Mega Drive one. I haven't got the SNES one, which is annoying, and it's so expensive now. But then I never had a SNES when I was a kid. My brother had the SNES. So I had the NES. My brother had nothing because he was younger. Then when I got my Mega Drive, he got a SNES. And then when I got my N64, he got a PS1. And then I just started buying my own consoles because I was an adult. And I don't know what he's had since then. But yeah, because I never had a SNES, I didn't buy it when it was out. But I wish I had because it's now so expensive. Very positive. Would be annoyed with the Posh save if it was me. I've got nothing to be annoyed about. Massively overachieving with Posh. What is there to be annoyed about? There's so many people over the weekend like, oh, you're just doing what Norwich do. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? If you offered any Posh fan, do you want a few years doing what Norwich do? What, getting promoted to the Premier League and then getting away days at Man United and Chelsea and Liverpool and Arsenal? And then going back down and getting promoted again. And then you get another season of away days at these big clubs. Yeah, I'll take a few years of that. Yes, please. I think Norwich are a brilliant example to smaller clubs. And they're not risking the financial future of the club. I think the Non-Leeds Legend is going very well. Just followed, I've seen Francis Okorokwo. I went to school with him. What a footballer, going to have a great future. I mean, he has been knocking in the goals. Sorry to bother you, Kev. Has my Spanish youth player been assigned? I haven't assigned anyone today. If it was today, is it on Discord? Have you let the mods know? I haven't got Discord open, which I probably should have. Hold on. Where is Discord? Oh, no, I see ya. I see ya. I'll do it after this game. That all looks fine to me. Magoma's the one who's got tired little legs today. So he can miss out. As a Swansea fan, I'll never ever forget the day we were promoted to the Premier League. Absolutely amazing feeling. Exactly. And getting relegated again doesn't take that away from you. Norwich gets some unnecessary criticism from privileged, wangy Premier League fans who think being in the Premier League is all that matters. How have you revisited Leamington after moving to Posh? Yeah, I just went back to the old save file. I kept the save point because I knew I was going to do it. If you remember in the episode where we left Leamington to go to Posh, I said, shall I carry this on Twitch? And I just did a separate save file just in case. I knew I was going to. I knew I wouldn't be able to resist. With the real name fixed for German national teams, etc., I'm already halfway through a season. Will it work on my current save? I'm not sure. Some of them, some fixes do, some don't. It's Slavy Spazov. I think Anna's just given me a hound. Spazov's playing against us. Oh, it's my boy. My boy Slavy. Yeah, just try it. It might work, it might not. Some fixes do, some don't. I can't remember which ones fall into which category. I think the German one might work on save files. I think. But don't, like, hold me to it. Of course he was going to score. Only his second goal of the season as well. Don't ever notice a player in the opposition, boys and girls. This should be a lesson to all of you. Doesn't matter if you click on them or not. Just by noticing them and acknowledging they exist, you are taunting the FM gods and therefore forcing a goal against. It's just the way it is. Those same people who quick to complain if Norwich bankrupted themselves trying to save. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, look, I would rather be Norwich doing what they do and West Brom operate on a similar basis. I'd rather follow that model than be Bolton or Portsmouth or Wigan or Sunderland or any of these other clubs who weren't really good enough for the Premier League, but spent money they didn't have. And then when they inevitably got relegated anyway, which they all do eventually, when they inevitably got relegated anyway, because they ballsed up their finances trying to play with the big boys when they shouldn't have done, they ended up in free fall and financial problems. Norwich won't have that. West Brom don't have that. I'd much rather be a well-run club. What's the lowest Posh you've ever been? Ever been close to going out of the league? We didn't make it into the league until 1960. There's been a couple of hairy years since then, but by and large, Posh on average are probably a League One team, a mid-table League One team. Now wrong with Sunderland. I mean, you can't get out of League One. So, yeah. We're at Portsmouth, prime example of what happens when your sugar daddy pulls out. Exactly. And it's not as if Portsmouth are the only example. I reeled off 5 just there and then. And there's going to be plenty more examples. Bradford, another one that springs to mind. All these former Premier League teams who are now down in the lower leagues struggling because they wasted their money. And spent too much when they were up there. It took Leeds 20 years to get back in the Premier League because of the financial mess they got in trying to be a big club. And Leeds are a big club. They're no Norwich. But they balls things up so massively, it took them so long. Yeah, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, current examples. Now you're doing what the Premier League wangs do to Norwich, but to Sunderland. I'm not. Sunderland had only themselves to blame for the mess they got in. They paid too much money, spent too high wages. They were a poorly run football club. Norwich are a well-run football club. I'll mock poorly run football clubs all day long for being poorly run, because I support Peterborough, a well-run football club who may well get relegated this year because we went into the Championship and did exactly what Norwich did upon arriving in the Premier League. We went out and brought some promising youngsters, but by and large, we didn't sign anyone with Championship experience because they're all too expensive. So we just brought in a load of players who will be good for us next year to get us back up again. But we'll run at a profit whilst doing it. Wasn't Jack Rodwell on like 70k a week? Yeah, while they were in League One. That is just bad management, exactly. Yeah, Charlton are another example. Yeah, you can just reel them off. In 5 years' time, Norwich will still be getting promoted from the Championship, and all these other teams will be down in League One in financial troubles. So yeah, I think mock Norwich all you like. They're doing it the right way. We need another goal. Who would you say is the worst example of it? What, of wasting money? Leeds, probably. Leeds fell the furthest and the hardest and got stuck down there the longest. So I guess Leeds are the big example of it. Because theirs was even more extreme. Leeds were already an established Premier League club who'd won the league like 5 or 6 years before, but were trying to become Real Madrid. Leeds was a really extreme example of it. If Leeds hadn't have done what they did, they'd have just been a Premier League club forevermore and they'd have been fine. But Leeds were trying to trying to become Manchester United. Did that goal not count? Hold on. I just saw us score an equaliser and now we're 3-2 down again. I was like, oh, well, 3-3's fine. Did that goal get disallowed at the end? Why? Offside. It was from outside the area. Hold on. We just need to go back in. I mean, I don't know what I can do about it now. We're just fact checking. Why can't I need to do some fact checking. I wouldn't say Blackburn are an example of this because Blackburn bought themselves into the Premier League in the first place. Blackburn are more of a Wigan kind of example, and yeah, Blackburn didn't collapse because the money ran out. Blackburn went back where they came from when the rich owner pulled out. It's a slightly different scenario. Yeah, he was offside. I'll allow it. Family members. Yeah, but that's like 150 years ago. That doesn't really have any say on where they were in the early 90s. Where were they throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s? Coventry City were in the Premier League a long time, fell out, now going back up. But I don't think they got relegated because of financial mismanagement. They were a rubbish Premier League team who managed to cling on for years and years and years, finally got relegated and were just not good enough to come back up because they were rubbish. We're talking about the teams where it's totally self-inflicted. Blackburn spent less than Man United. I guess you mean Man United. It's when they won the league. They didn't buy the title. We did. Just because you spent less than another club that was spending a lot of money, you should compare yourself to a club of equal size. So who would have been an equal size club to Blackburn 2 years before they won the league? Compare yourself to them. Did you spend a lot more than them? Did you go and sign Alan Shearer? Yeah. Blackburn bought the league. Just because they spent slightly less than someone else who also won the league a lot. That's such a poor argument. That's like saying Newcastle, if Newcastle win the Champions League in 5 years, oh, they didn't buy it because they spent less money than Paris Saint-Germain. So they didn't buy it. Well, there was one team that spent more than them, so they completely earned it and it was fair. What are my thoughts on West Ham? I don't really have major thoughts on West Ham.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello. Andy's home. Right, Mike Ashley doesn't go anywhere near another football club. He's buying Derby, isn't he? Didn't I see that yesterday? Mike Ashley's made an offer for Derby. Imagine being a Derby fan. The couple of years you've had. And then Mike Ashley turns up. Gordon Bennett. Oh, it was the African Cup of Nations. It's finished now.
I was told.
You turn that off. We're watching African international football. In 97, I was 15. What do you think about Mike Ashley potentially buying Derby?
Isn't he the one that Rick was?
No, that's Rick Astley. Clip that! Clip that! What do you think of Mike Ashley potentially buying Derby? Isn't he the one who sings the Rick Roll song? Perfect! Absolutely perfect! So Rick Astley's buying Derby.
You're mean to me.
Oh, that's amazing. This is why you have to just pop in occasionally, because we never know what's going to happen.
You're so mean.
Why did you think it was called a Rickroll if the guy's name was Mike?
That's what. There was some weird thing.
What's Dave eating?
He's not laying.
He's got something. He's making a lot of noise.
Moving his head up.
Oh dear. Brilliant. There we go. We just got Mike rolled. Refusing to spend any money at all is not running the club well financially. Who are you saying is refusing to spend any money at all? Because if you're trying to suggest Norwich haven't spent any money at all, you have not been paying attention. Norwich spent like £30 million in the summer, if not more. Let's have a little look. So Norwich in the summer spent £10 million on Solis, 10 million on Rashika, 9 million on Sargent, 8 million on Gibson, 7 million on Giannoulis, 5 million on Lise Malou. I mean, have we got a total of that? That's what? That's closer to 50 million. Oh, there you go. 60 million pounds Norwich spent in the summer. Yes, they sold 35 million pounds of a player. They sold Buendia, didn't they? I don't know if they sold anybody else. But yeah, to suggest that Norwich aren't spending any money is the nonsensical spoutings of a madman. He's talking about Mike Ashley at Newcastle. Fair enough. But Newcastle spent 25 million on Willock in the summer, didn't they? So again, it's not true to suggest they're not spending any money. They bought Joe Linton. Buying top attackers from a relegated Bundesliga team is hilarious to me. But for Norwich, it's sensible long-term business. Because one of two things will happen. Either they'll be fantastic in the Championship next year, because they're obviously too good for the Championship, or those players will get sold on for a profit, because they're young players. Am I lagging all of a sudden? I look a little bit laggy on the face cam. Not quite sure what's going on there. Dave, will you leave that alone? He's been sitting on a bottle. I knew there was noise being made. Right, everything is suddenly lagging. My whole computer is lagging, and I don't know why. What is going on? I'm just going to pause the game for a second. Stop! I said pause! Pause. Pause. I don't know why we're suddenly lagging the way we're lagging. Right. It's not the stream, it's my computer. Because the game was lagging massively as well. Yeah, it's not the stream. It's my computer. It was the game lagging. It was the camera lagging. The lag was on my computer, not on Twitch or anything like that. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't seem to be lagging on the face cam anymore. Are we lag free now? I'm waiting for someone to confirm that the stream has settled down. Otherwise, it suggests you can't hear me or see me. But the game was lagging, the face cam was lagging. You've just got sound. My sound is now working. Kev's talking about opening his mouth. But it's still very laggy now. That's weird because there shouldn't be anything to lag on my end now. The picture, what, the whole picture is frozen? Because the game is paused. I've paused the game. Have I definitely frozen? Try refreshing.